Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for being here or wherever you are around the country. We are sad that we can't be with you in person today, but we are thankful for the hard work of the wonderful team at the Food and Nutrition Service, particularly our Office of Employment and Training, who has worked very hard with our contractor friends to pull off a conference that I think you're going to be very excited to be a part of. Welcome, and please be excited for what's to come today. I am excited, Jessica, that we have over 1,500 people registered for this conference. This is something to get excited about when we talk about the way that we can serve people. Thanks again to our team for their hard work, Jessica, for your leadership, and for most of that introduction. Folks, we have a momentous opportunity this week, ultimately to be dealers of hope for the families that we serve at the Food and Nutrition Service, and particularly in our Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. A few of you know what I mean when I say that, but all of you don't. If you'll stick around for today's plenary session, I'll be happy to talk to you more about that. For any of you who may be new to the Food and Nutrition Service or to the SNAP program, it is the nation's largest nutrition assistance program, serving tens of millions of Americans across the country. SNAP E&T is a part of that program that provides our families a path to economic independence and the opportunity to experience the dignity of work that you and I get to experience every day as we get to work with wonderful colleagues. I know that I'm preaching to the choir for many of you when I say that E&T should not be an afterthought for the SNAP program. That actually came from my colleague, Jessica Shaheen. Just before the pandemic hit, we had an offsite to talk about how we can better serve families through employment and training. And we talked about how we can make that work in our program. And Jessica said to us, we shouldn't talk about E&T as a separate program, but as an integral part of the everyday administration of the SNAP program. And that's what we're here to talk about this week. As a matter of fact, my boss, Secretary Sonny Perdue, charged me early on when I started in this role a little more than 3 years ago to say, I want you to think about how you can better serve the families that you serve in the Food and Nutrition Service, ensuring that you are moving those families forward every day. So I have charged my team. I say, when you show up at work every day, you need to ask yourself, what can I do today in administering these programs that will ensure that the families we serve are in some way better off tomorrow than they are today? And Jessica, when we leave the office every day, to say, what have we done today to ensure that the families we serve are better off tomorrow than they were today? We take the Secretary's charge on that front seriously, and we're working to carry that out. That's part of what this conference is. We all have the ability to inspire hope in those we serve and help them move forward each and every day. One of the best parts of my job, I haven't got to do as much lately, but is traveling across this great country and seeing the amazing work that our state and local partners are doing in serving the families that we serve at the Food and Nutrition Service and helping move them forward. The best partners always focus on an individual's abilities, not their inabilities. Sure, we all have challenges. Some of us make fun of each other, but we all figure out a way to move forward. Some of us have particular challenges in being able to work, but we have opportunities to overcome those. And through our state and local partners, we're helping more families overcome their challenges and be on a pathway to experiencing the great dignity of work. When I started this role, one of the first E&T sites that I visited was Goodwill of North Georgia. A couple of stories stand out in my mind from that day. I walked into a room and there was a group of young ladies trying to drive a 2-inch nail into a 2x4. If any of you have ever tried to do that, you know it's a difficult task, even for those of us who might consider ourselves to be fairly handy with a hammer. But I didn't see frustration on the faces of those young ladies. I saw hope. So I asked those young ladies, Jessica had shared with me the hope that this program provides, but I hadn't experienced it myself. I asked those young ladies, talk to me about why you're not experiencing frustration. What is this hope that you have? One of the young ladies stepped forward and said, I have 3 children at home who I want to give a better life to, who I want to show a good work ethic, who I want to inspire hope in so that they know that there's a better path for them moving forward. That's what this program and this conference are about. We left that room and we went over to another room, and they had a group of individuals who had graduated from the programs that Goodwill of North Georgia provide to them. And there was a 74-year young lady there, and she told us this story. She was living with her son and daughter-in-law, and in her words, was bumming off of them for quite some time. She'd been down on her luck. She needed that helping hand. But she said she woke up one day, somebody told her about the opportunities offered through that goodwill and partnership with our SNAP Employment and Training Program, and she realized that she could have a different life, that hope was hers to seize. She went through the culinary training program and was at that time a chef at a local restaurant. Then she said she was not only able to provide for herself, but to now buy presents for her grandchildren. Those are the stories we're talking about today, Jessica. We all have stories. Our participants have stories. We need to seize those stories and share them with others so that we can inspire hope. That's what we're focused on at USDA. So you say, well, why are we here? We're here for that very purpose. Providing Americans access to nutritious food every day is a large and difficult mission, but it's one that my team is committed so greatly to each and every day. Helping those families move forward is even more challenging. It takes not just federal employees and state employees, it takes local partners. Jessica's going to talk about all the different types of partners we have, from community colleges to nonprofits, faith-based organizations. They have to be willing to spend the time on a local level, the effort, the energy, the resources, to meet our families where they are, to assess their abilities, to give them a path forward, to hold their hand as they walk that path, and to help them experience the hope that so many of us have experienced. This week's sessions, I'm so excited to say, have inspired hope in me, and they will inspire hope in each of you. I hope that you will tune in to all of them. And our wonderful team at the Food and Nutrition Service has worked so hard on this conference for a very long time to put together sessions that will tell you how to identify best practices. We will share those with you, and we will help you replicate those as you want to serve people around this country. It does take all of us. It's not any one of us. It's not just the federal level. It's not just the state. It's not just our local partners. It's all of us together that make this happen. Later today in our plenary session, you will hear about One Workforce, an initiative of the Department of Health and Human Services, the Department of Labor, and the Department of USDA, talking about this very concept of how we can all work together to better serve our families. In short, there shouldn't be a wrong door for one of our participants to walk in to access employment and training services. Not every site is right for every individual, but they shouldn't walk into a door and be rejected. And at the highest level of government, the Department of Health and Human Services, the Department of Labor, and the Department of USDA, the United States Department of Agriculture, are committed to making sure that we're serving American families as one workforce. We'll provide you more on that this afternoon. After all, we are focused on moving families forward. I know that each of you are here, all 1,500 of you, because you're focused on that mission. Some of you are here to share your great successes. As a matter of fact, Jessica, I've heard story after story of states and their partners who have pivoted during this difficult time from providing their training in person to providing it online, and in some cases are serving more individuals all the way through to graduation and employment. There is always a way to better serve folks. There are so many promising approaches that inspire us to what we do. I want to thank each and every one of our providers for their hard work and dedication, and I want to thank each of you that are at this conference today to learn how you can participate in helping families move forward. I want to leave you with this. Hope is not a wish. Hope is a pathway forward. When we talk about providing hope to our SNAP families, we want to make sure that we're providing them a pathway to success. I'm committed to being a dealer of hope. I know that Jessica is. I know our entire team is, and we ask all of you to join us in that mission during this week's conference.